Hello, and welcome back to another digital road trip. My name is Wizzy0. You can also call me Wizzy. And today, we are continuing working our way over to Manhattan, well, New York City, New York. More specifically to Manhattan. Because, well, not because, but more specifically, I guess, Lower Manhattan at the One World Trade Center. I don't know why I had such a tough time talking about that or mentioning that, but that is where we are trying to work our way to. In the last episode, we finished off right near where we currently are, which is East Hartford, Connecticut. Now, last episode, or after last episode, I did take a look at the map, and I noticed, I know, shame on me for actually breaking my route. I mean, not really planning the route, but I mean, I kind of have to for this, because of where we ended up. We wouldn't really get very far, although I would have had to work my way back over this way somehow anyways. But I'm just going this way to get to 2, and then eventually we will work our way to US Route 5. But I figure we could go this way across into the city. Maybe. And, actually, yeah, that's what I am going to do. I'm going to go into the city. Because that's right, that's how this, I'm going to go here. Because 2 and 5, you can't actually get onto 5 from 2 here. So, we're going to go in the city, work our way down to US Route 5. And then continue on from there. So, and also, I thought Hartford was more west, but it actually is more in the central part of the state. So, I wanted to look at that as well, but it's kind of an interesting design for that building. Science Center, Connecticut Science Center. Anyways, but yeah, this was basically the only part where I was gonna actually follow how I looked on the map. But other than that, I mean, we're gonna just work our way back to, or towards New York City. Yeah, we are right downtown. The heart of Hartford. Now, it says actually Hartford now, too. Got some pretty tall buildings here, don't they? I mean, not as tall as obviously like New York City or anything like that. I mean, we're definitely going to see some tall buildings then, but I mean, Boston has pretty tall buildings too. Of course, the tallest buildings in New England are in Boston, with what was the John Hancock Tower, now being actually the official name of it now is 200 Clarendon Street Tower. But I still refer to it as the John Hancock Tower in Boston. That has 60 floors, I believe. That was quite the fire station. Interesting. But anyways, getcarter.com. Oh, it must be a lawyer maybe or something like that. I don't know, because it said injured or whatever on it. So, first student, 203 is the area code there. So obviously part of Connecticut's area code is 203, which I did not know, and more than likely I will forget about that. Now, obviously, well, for me living in Maine, the entire state of Maine only has one area code, and that is 207. Now, I do know, I actually have a friend that lives over in California, and I know his area code is 209. And of course, that's the completely opposite side of the country. But it is strange. I know they did the area codes the way they were, so if you wouldn't accidentally dial a number or misdial, or was something like that. Anyways, that's quite a school. Elementary school as well. I would have thought it'd be like a high school or something like that, but no. Looks like it's a pretty old school as well. Been around for a lot of years. Now, not to be judgmental about areas or whatever, but this area kind of seems like it... Well, this area right here doesn't seem so bad. But back there it seemed like it was kind of a neighborhood that didn't seem like it was that great, and it still seems like some parts of here isn't great, but I could be completely wrong on that and just stereotyping part of Hartford, but usually when I see those types of buildings, like these double-decker, triple-decker apartment buildings, usually I think these areas aren't great. Aren't very good neighborhoods to be in. Maybe that's just the mindset the mindset I have for those types of areas, but because everything looks a bit run down and stuff like that, and not very well kept. Just looks shady, that's what I should say. Is that like a smokestack or something? It's weird. The park over there. Still in Hartford. Still haven't reached US Route 5 yet, but you know what? That's fine. Because we are in absolutely no hurry. I know, I think last episode I didn't really stop and take a look at many things. So this episode I'm gonna just try and, well, I mean, not constantly look around at stuff, but do a little bit more, or better, as far as that goes than what I did before. Condominiums. Motor Vehicle Department. Got a strip mall here as well. Fellas, probably a grocery chain of some sort, I would assume. We are on the Connecticut Route 314 as well. It looks like it's becoming divided now as well. So oh, US 5's right there apparently. Or maybe this is Route 5 still. Maybe Route 5 or is just coming on from right here. That could very well be it. You got traffic signals for each side here. Connecticut 15, we are in Withersfield, Connecticut now. Pit Supplies Plus. Looks like they've been gone for a little bit. Connecticut Humane Society. Yeah, I was gonna say, this looks like a Cumberland Farms, and indeed it is. From what I've seen of Cumberland Farms, we don't have, well, not this way anyways. I know, like, Western Maine, Southern Maine, they do have Cumberland Farms. But the part of Maine where I'm at, we do not have any Cumberland Farms. So it looks like this is not US 5 still, so... which obviously is fine as well. Newington. And back into Withersfield. Okay. Now we're back into Newington. We're gonna go back into Withersfield here fairly soon again? Probably not. Mickey D's. I know I've mentioned it before, but this in a way reminds me of Route 1 going in towards Boston. I think I've mentioned that a few times, although this is a bit more divided here. You actually have a grassy median with turn lanes here as well, so... Now this reminds me a bit more of like Boston. And the way some of these buildings are angled too reminds me of, well, not Boston, but Route 1A going towards Boston. Because there was a few buildings that were angled like that were also restaurants and stuff. What was that? I thought that might have been it, what that was, like a little tank thing. Make sure we stay on the right side of the road. Not like it matters a whole lot, but that must be an not an apartment building, an office building there. It's kind of a fancy building. Probably some sort of corporate office or something like that. There's a sign right here. Department of Transportation. Yeah, so... Because I know usually corporate offices are all fancy and everything like that. That must have been a restaurant at one point in time. But... I know, I'm looking at all these buildings, aren't I? Wait, are we on 5? Yeah, we are on 5, okay. Because those other signs didn't show 5 on them, which was kind of odd, but... We are indeed on 5 as well, so... I'm gonna keep following Route 5. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna stay right on this road, or this stretch of road for quite a ways as well. But, anyways, Outback! And Arby's. I do like Outback Steakhouse, although I like quite a few steakhouses too. Steak is my go-to food. It looks like that used to be a Circuit City by the design of that entrance there. The building was actually repurposed, which is nice. Circuit City that we had here in Bangor, or the Bangor area here. What is that? But anyways, the Circuit City that we had in the Bangor area here, once it closed, it basically really didn't have anything in it other than the seasonal Spirit Halloween. Although there were a couple years where it didn't even host Spirit Halloween anymore. And eventually they tore it down. So the building's actually gone now, but the parking lot lights and everything are still there. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, can we continue on this way? We seem to be stuck. Is there an issue here? Do I have to take a detour into there? Is that what we have to do? I guess that's what we had to do. We had to take a detour in that business for whatever reason. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna complain, but... whatever. We're in Berlin now. Not Berlin, Germany, but Berlin, Connecticut. Let's just stop having that little square thing. That would be absolutely fantastic. Seems like we're getting away from all the businesses now. I mean, there's still a few businesses here and there, but not nearly as much as what there were back there. Hospital next right. Okay. Looked like Route 9 was coming up here. Mickey Fins. I wonder what that was. Who knows? I sure don't. So that is State Route 9 heading towards Middletown. We want to stay on Route 5 though. Not like it doesn't really matter if we stay on Route 5 or not. But I feel like this way is going to help us get towards... I think I've mentioned that before the last couple episodes, but that place has been abandoned for quite some time. It got grass growing in the parking lot. It's got to be mowed too. But anyways, I know I said this in a few episodes before. I feel like Route 5 is going to take us right towards Manhattan or New York anyways, so we're going to keep following that. Carrying school children, so they do that sort of thing in Connecticut as well, but they don't. It doesn't say school bus and have the lights on it. It just says carrying school children. Because in Massachusetts it actually says school bus and has the 2 red lights on it. It doesn't have the yellows, but has the reds on them. But apparently Connecticut has a variation of that as well. I know Massachusetts, you'll see them everywhere. I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, I have an Irving station here. I know that's, I don't know if that's the case or not here in Connecticut, but if you live in Connecticut and know what I'm talking about, let me know down in the comments below. Whether you see them everywhere or if it's just a once in a while sort of thing, you'll see one. Speed limit 50, that speed limit sign seems like it's been banged up pretty good. I don't know how that happened, but I don't know how some of these signs get bent up like that. It is kind of odd if you think about it. No, I don't really want to go on this road. I kind of want to stay on Route 5. I'm sure that road I could eventually get back to Route 5 from, but I don't really want to do that. What does this sign say? Where did this sign go? Oh, it's right there. Back it up just a little. Route 5 Broad Street, 691 and 66, exit 1 mile. I notice they have the little reflective dots in the numbering here. Excuse me, by the way. How long have we been going? We've been going for about 18 minutes. So we're gonna keep going. Not for 18 minutes, but we're gonna keep going. I feel like we haven't really gotten that far that quickly. I don't know if it's because we keep getting stuck in some of these spots or what, but we just seem to be crawling. That's what it seems like anyways. At this rate, it's gonna be like 3 more episodes before we get to New York. So Broad Street Route 5 is this way. So we want to exit to stay on Route 5. The other way must have been Route 15 maybe. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, it's a crappy camera. Although, normally I don't think they'll get crappy cameras a lot anymore. I mean, I know there's still quite a few places that do have the crappy cameras, but I know when I'm playing GeoGuessr and I get a US place, well, not all the time, but especially if I do like a US challenge, there will be quite a few locations with pretty bad cameras. Another Irving station. 294. Dairy Queen. I actually had Dairy Queen last night for supper. '66. It has no mentioning of US 5 at all. But right here it says US 5, so we are still on US 5. Huh. Oh, that's an old tree or something. Never mind. I thought that was like little towers. Okay. I've seen little stone towers. I know there's a park here in Maine, I think not too awfully far from where I'm at. It has a little stone tower like that. Well, not like that, but it has a little stone tower in it. '89. I was gonna say that seems to be a pretty old, or looks like a pretty old fire station. And indeed it is. 1889, that would be 210 years. That is quite some time. In fact, that was built 10 years before Maine even became a state. So Maine was still part of Massachusetts then. Because this year, Maine is celebrating its bicentennial. 200 years. I was almost going to say 2,000, but no, 200 years since Maine became a state. 1899. No, that's not right. Never mind. Well, actually, no, never mind. That building was... Maine was a state when that was built. Never mind. My math's wrong. 120 years that building was around for. I don't know what I'm talking about. My math's all off for some reason. No, it'd be 1819 when Maine became a state. Tearing down an old building there. Probably that's gonna go next as well, I'm assuming. Arrow window shade. Okay. We're still in Meriden. Like I said, we just don't seem to be moving very fast. Yeah, there we go. Now we're cruising. Go too fast, you'll miss some stuff. Get a nice park off to the right, though. Actually, that's not a park. That's a... Well, I mean, it's a park for dead people. If you want to call it that. It's a cemetery. That's what it is. Oh, dear. Yep. It's a park for dead people. Okay. We're continuing along still. Do I want to split here? Do I want to... Yes, oh no, that's 150, so we want to stay going this way. Once again, no mention of a 5 on there. It's kind of interesting design for the building. We are now in Wallingford. Okay, so what's coming up here? Probably another interstate, I'm assuming. No, it is not. It is State Route 15 again. So we caught back up with that. Because we were with the State Route 15 at one point in time. then we split. Wallingford Bowl. Seem to have some train tracks here as well. Probably commuter rail, I would assume. I wonder if that goes in towards New York City. Could do. I don't know. Although I don't know if commuter rail for New York... Well, actually, I don't think it would be the commuter rail, actually. I know, I believe the commuter rail for New York City does go into Connecticut, but I don't know if it goes this far into Connecticut. Because we're still, I mean, we've been mostly going south this episode. We haven't really gone, I mean, south, south, southeast. Or south, south, southwest, if you want to say it like that. Almost, for the most part, south. I mean, we've been going east a little bit, but not enough to make a major difference. Rite Aid. Now I went through that whole talk about Rite Aid last episode, but coming into Wallingford, another park for dead people, but that one's a bit more blatant about it. Not just have a grassy area right next to the road, and then you look further down and they have a whole bunch of tombstones. Wallingford Station, commuter parking, CT Rail, Amtrak. So it's a Connecticut commuter rail. And Amtrak. So I'm sure the Amtrak there does go to New York. Regional Amtrak. Another old train station, it looks like. Another cemetery on the left. You thought I was gonna call it for a park for dead people again, didn't you? Well, there are the tracks again. I wonder if we'll see any train. Probably not. Well, you never know. Seems like every time I go by any rails like these, I never see any trains. Although, there have been some times where I have. But usually I don't. Yeah, I was assuming that was probably like some sort of commuter rail, passenger rail too, because of how smooth the tracks look. Just want to take a look at this billboard real quick. When you don't know where to turn because someone drinks too much, AI Anon family groups can help. Or AL Anon groups can help. Talking about alcoholics, alcoholic group there. Kind of like AA. Alcoholics Anonymous. But it's AL Anonymous or something. For whatever reason. But it's a stretch Honda with 2 wheels. Oh, we're almost at 30 minutes, so I'm gonna have to find a spot here fairly soon to actually stop. Maybe if we find another park for dead people, we can... No, I'm just joking. I wouldn't do that. To Interstate 91. Could almost do it here, but unfortunately the word goes too far. So... And I had that issue last time because I had to go up into the darker street here. Unfortunately, I don't know why they have the darker shade at the top like that. It is kind of annoying, because I do the thumbnails by 1200 by 700, and the 700, even like from here, 700 still will end up in this shaded area up top. But whatever. So I don't know if that was noticeable in the thumbnail or not. To be honest, I didn't even take a look just to see if that was kind of darker up top. It probably was, but whatever. We're gonna continue on here just for a little bit. I wonder if this road might have something of use on there that might help. Probably not. I could always zoom in too, like that, although the quality isn't as great when I do that, but I want to find a good spot to stop. So we're gonna keep going for now, because we still haven't found any spots that are really good to stop. I mean, I could do like that or something like that, but I don't think that's really thumbnail quality imagery right there. Yeah, we're at 31, almost 32 minutes now. I know, that's like the word of the day, isn't it? It's like we're meditating. I don't really want any like business type things here in the way, or for the thumbnail. I mean, last episode was good because, I mean, it had kind of like a downtown area that we were looking at. But here it's like, you get stuff like this everywhere, so I mean, I want it to be like unique. And we're gonna do this again, aren't we? We've gotta go over here to go this way. Now, if there's like a little town area up here that we can use, that would help. Another park for dead people. I mean, that part actually does look pretty nice, but you know what? We could probably go up here by where this cannon is and kind of look over that way at this gazebo. So, let's kind of turn this way. I don't know if we lost 5 again. I think we lost 5 again. See, there's no, like, Connecticut doesn't have any signs telling you where 5 goes. But anyways, well, I think we're gonna figure that out next time. You know, we may just follow this way for a bit and then work our way west or whatever next time. But I think this looks good for the thumbnail, I guess. So this is where we are going to stop it then. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And of course, as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye!